Hello, Taurus. It's really lovely to be back. I know I've been AWOL for a little while I've been finishing off my book series. I'm nearly there now, which is quite an achievement. I'm Jo from Red Room Reiki and Readings. You can find me on Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube, TikTok as well, but that's mostly to do with my book series. So today is quite exciting because this is the beginning of me doing seasonal readings rather than monthly readings. This just helps me to concentrate on other things that I need to concentrate on as well, but still connecting to my audience, which I absolutely love. Now, because we're going to be looking at winter or summer, depending on which hemisphere you are, we'll be looking at the next 3 months. So June, July, August. Now, because I'm a numerologist, I'm not just going to be saying June is the 6th and July is the 7th and August is the 8th, because with numerology, we are collectively, June is a 7, July is an 8, and August is a 9. I know that's confusing. You don't need to worry about that. That's my job to worry about that. But we're going to be using this as our forecast manifesto. Now, I've been waiting for a card to fall out. This is kind of like the overall. And for a lot of you here, we've got the Chariot. So the Chariot is movement. It could be physical movement. It could be travel. It could be buzz being here everywhere. Also metaphysically movement as well, or even intellectually, spiritually, relationship-wise. It's like there's going to be some sort of movement. Not always with the Chariot is it going to be easy, but for some of you it might be super easy, and for others of you it might take a little bit of negotiation, because those little horses, there's 2 horses at the front generally in the old pack, where it's kind of teaching you that sometimes we need to be diplomatic. But it's also a number 7. And number 7 is introspective. So even though the Chariot is extremely action orientated, the 7 reminds us that we can't just be all action, that we do need to think about the steps that we're taking in the future and how things might play out. Now, let's have a sticky beak. Let's get these cards going. So I'm pulling 3 tarot cards for each month. So that is June, July, and August. Now, looking here, the card that fell out was actually the Ace of Cups in June, which is love. Not just romantic love, it's heartfelt stuff. It could be love of my job, it could be love of myself, it could be love of nature, it could be love of winter, it could be love of summer, but it's the big love, it's the potential of love, because, you know, an ace is potential. It's the birth of some idea around love coming in. And then you've got next to that the Emperor, which is a very kind of fixed idea person. You know, the Empress is fluid and creative, and she's like pregnant and like all fertility, where her counterpart, the Emperor, is more fixed authority, likes things a certain way, traditional. So it's so interesting that there could be something coming in. Now, Taurus, it's not like you not to be practical and like things to be predictable. So I don't think you would have a lot of problems with the Emperor, only if you're clashing with the Emperor, because Taurus, you don't like to clash, and when you do clash, you'll bring the game on. So you might have somebody in June who you might be clashing with, or maybe you need to bring more of the elements of the Emperor into your life. And at the end here, we've got also the Ace of Pentacles. Fancy having 2 aces in June. Now, I know that we're already like into June by the time you're seeing this, but we still have enough time to manifest during June. Now, for the numerology of June, it's number 7. Now, 7 generally is a stillness, a quietness, it's introspective, it's a standstill. And this can make people really uncomfortable, but it's also learning and study and knowledge and teacher and student. And it's also philosophy and love and maybe sometimes toxicities. Like it's kind of the questioner energy. But when it's Taurus and 7 together, It's a little bit more like a spiritual awakening for you. It's like, right, I'm going to really think about the very depth of my spirituality. And in some ways, this might be a wake-up call for you. It would be great for you to start looking at what your true intentions are for yourself and everybody else around you. Less explaining to people and more doing, more being. And it's really interesting with the potentials of two aces, the potential of coin, because you have the pentacles here, of stability, which is something that you absolutely love, and the potential of love as well. Now, they might be two separate energies here. You could have this over here by itself, which is that we have potentially new money coming in, new work, or potential of making new work, but also potential of new love. If we read them together, maybe it's the love of your job that you're doing, or maybe you're becoming more practical, or maybe you're starting to work with your partner, or maybe you've met somebody who's a little bit more financially stable, and therefore that's going to continue into your life. You're going to benefit from that space. The authority, this could be dad, this could be your boss. It could be also you stepping into your authority a little bit more and speaking your truth during the 7 energy. I'm so itchy, and I don't know what, I think my hair must be down on my face and I'm itching. Unless someone out there is itching, thank you so much. Because now, productivity, not like you, Taurus, to be productive. Go ahead and just do it. So if any of you out there have been thinking about doing something, this is definitely a little push in the right direction to say, don't just dream it, make it come true. And the beaver is so cute. He's always busy creating his little house. So some of you might be falling in love with your home again. You might be renovating, doing things that you really love. Now, let's go on to 8. So July, number 8. 8 is abundance creation. It's about manifestation. It's about action. Where 7 is more quiet, it's inwards, it's contemplative. Think of things like meditation. 8 is yoga. It's like it's getting in, it's doing it. And you want to be concentrating on things that you want abundant in your life. So it could be abundance of health, abundance of money, abundance of good work. Some of you might be already really abundant in that area. So you might actually get to pull back a little bit. So it's less action and more enjoying. Others, you might be like really motivated and really futuristic and wanting to get into things. Now, it's for you a little bit more sensual. When I was feeling the 8 energy around you, it's like bringing in more of those sensual aspects of your life. I feel a little like I should blush, but I'm a Scorpio. I won't blush about sex. But also creativity coming in. It's more about being tactile for you next month. So getting your hands dirty, getting into the garden, touching like clay, or painting, or renovating, or like it's quiet success, but you feel like you've got this kind of heartfelt stuff around it. So 8 can also mean authority and power. So you could be learning about your authority and power and how you deal with other people in that space, but it's an entrepreneurial energy too. So if some of you are really thinking about kicking off some business, kicking off some space in your life, it's a great time to do that for you in July. And when we look at your cards, you've actually got the Fool. We've got some major new beginnings coming in here. Now, a lot of people might go, oh, clairvoyants always say that, oh, a new beginning. This is the Fool. This is like the chaos. This is the birth. You've got birth here and birth here. There is something birthing within you, Taurus. And I think you just got to get it up and out so that it becomes real, rather than just in your thoughts or you're gonna. I'm gonna do it. It's like, no, do it. Let's birth these ideas. Now, there's a little bit of here, we've got, well, both of them are pentacles around the sides of them. So we're looking at practicality, but we're also looking at finances. We're also looking at potentially new careers, new work. Now, the 5 of Pentacles is usually seen as a negative. It's maybe you're being too stubborn. Maybe you're being too rigid. Maybe you aren't accepting offers, or you're not accepting help. And it's like, because it's almost like somebody, it's like they're outside, they'd rather have pride than actually just going, okay, I need help, how do I do that, or how do I start? This might be like, for some of you, the older you, it might be like, well, I'm in my 50s and 60s now, and I just feel like I'm embarrassed to say that I have to start something new. Don't be like that. Get rid of that attitude. Over here is the Nine of Pentacles, traditionally known as the single lady who has all her wealth and fruition, and she's in a garden and everything is grown, everything is flourishing. But this card basically means that you could be working for yourself or stepping into a space where you're going to flourish. So it's almost like you're doing this. You've got this side where your pride's coming in, and this side's going, oh, but look at the opportunities. And if you are the older ones like me, it's actually saying you've already got all this amazing fertility around you. You have so many assets, personal skill sets. And, you know, who cares if I'm starting something brand new? I'm actually going to pick it up pretty easy because I've got all these other skill sets. So it's like, be brave, I think, in July. It's like if something has been really ticking over in your mind, this is definitely giving you the encouragement to seek what that might look like in reality. We have adaptability coming in here, the fox. So adapt to the changes that are happening. So this is where this kind of goes against that card, that stubbornness. It's saying just be adaptable, flexible, move, swing, move with the punches. It's like, it doesn't matter if you don't know what you're doing, just give it a crack. And just see what doors might open and opportunities might arrive here for you. And it might lead to more financial stability because your eight's about creating that wealth in your life, but also health in your life and all those things, abundance of friendships, abundance of love, abundance of time. And I know I sound like I'm pushing you to go, 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 but for some of you, it might be abundance of quiet, abundance of more time to yourself, abundance of hermit. I know that a lot of us are needing that at the moment. Everyone's very overwhelmed. Now, moving into August. Now, August is a number 9. So we're looking at creating endings, releasing things that need to be released, preparing for our new identity by releasing or let go of things that no longer serve us. That could be on a major level. That could be on small, intimate things like cleaning out a cupboard, paying some bills that you know, if you've been working for a completion, something, for me, I'm wanting to get, because we all are all going to be in that ending energy in August. For me, it's like making sure that my book series is complete. And I mean, ready to buy by that stage in August. Now, let's have a look at your cards here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is the first time we've kind of got one of the court cards in here. And the Knight is always about action. You know, he's still quite young. He's a young adult, or she's a young adult energy, and she's about, or he's about, or they're about getting in and actioning things and moving forwards, and with a little bit of like zest with it as well. And it's a pentacle, so it's coin. It's amazing. I mean, Taurus, you are an earth sign, and your suit is pentacles, and you've got pentacles all over here. There's nothing here you can't do, which is great. You've just got to get into the mindset of doing it. So there could be a potential of like working on your finances, working on a new career. Next to it is more pentacles, and this is the Eight of Pentacles, which is craft. This is working very diligently on the things that you need to get done. So it also shows lots and lots of skill sets because you've got 8, and 8 is abundance. So it's like you're having all this abundance, and I feel like I want you to be fabulous in August. It's like, look at everything I have, and look how fabulous I am, and look how fabulous everything is when I touch it. It's almost like the Midas touch. And then next to that, you have the 7 of Cups, which, depending on how you feel, can mean positive and negative. It depends on how well you are with a lot of busy, because 7 of Cups is like there's so much going on. The cups are in the air. There's like this section here and this topic and that obligation and this dream and that getting done there. So some of you might absolutely hate having that much going on, but for some others you might actually love a little bit of like busy and pulled in different directions, and maybe I could do this or maybe I could do that. Like for me, half the problem is I have too many things I want to get done in my life, and this could be how you're feeling very much in August. It's like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that, and oh, like this is so exciting. Like, so you might feel a little overwhelmed in August. Yes, in August, if that's not your go-to vibration. And we have here the Pathfinder. Trust your instincts to guide you through this situation. So if you are not sure about which direction you want to go, what do you want to concentrate on first? Like, do I do this or do that? It says trust your instincts. You know this. It's like stop worrying about, it's almost like get rid of the white noise and just quieten down. It's almost like, okay, what comes to the forefront first? The body always tells you. I know people say listen to your heart or listen to your head. I found in life that both don't always correspond well. And the heart, there will be so many people that will disagree. They'll all say always listen to your heart. I've made the biggest mistakes in my life listening to my heart. So what I do is I listen to my body. If my body goes, oh, yes, that sounds so exciting. See how I'm moving forwards? If it goes, oh, God, if I have to. Like, you know what it is. Another one is I can't say it because I want this to be open to children. It's a hell yes or it's a no, right? I usually use the other word. But the deer, deers will listen and they're very good around their nature and their natural spaces. So it's almost like, I don't want you to be on tender hooks, like, what's that? What's this? What's this? But it's saying relax into your environment. If you need to, get out into nature and help just to clear the mind for whatever next step you're doing. But I love this because this is such a great card. They're not necessarily cards of endings or releasing. For you, it's more momentum building. So that could be getting you prepared for September, which is the number one, which is the total new beginnings that are coming in. And I'll talk more about that in the next session that we do. Now, I'm just going to pick an overview for you. And we've got peace and tranquility and success. You're moving into such a lovely space. Look, I keep looking at the Chariot going, I just see you going and going and going. I hope it's more like an ox than it is, say, a hare. Do like a hare moves really fast? But where an ox is like steady, focused, but nothing gets in an ox's way. It's like it's moving forwards. It's all about productivity. Now, as I said, you've already got all these Pentacles energies there. Pentacles can also mean not just financial security. For a Taurus, the things that you work hard towards is luxuries and security. So it could be, putting a nice little down deposit onto your house or onto the car and making sure that you feel like you're getting ahead into some degree here. And then you've got these big kind of heart energies here, and it's reminding you to always sit within the heart as well. So sit within. You don't have to make every decision straight away. It's like just sit within it. See how it feels in the body. You've got some great love coming in here, movement towards that. And then when we look at the major arcanas, the Chariot straight up the top told me immediately that these 3 months are about major changes, major shifts, major themes in your life. The Emperor, he is the king of the sovereignty. He is with his people, his disciplines. He might be rigid, but maybe at times you've got to be rigid or you've got to slacken some of that rigidness because there's pride coming in at times in front of you. But otherwise, I love this. I'm not really sure what clickbait I will use for your word. I'm thinking kind of like go, 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 go slow. Something like that. But I'll work on that. So thank you so much. And I am going to, you will see me closing the session because I had to do this old school today. So we're doing it old school and love and can't wait to see you next time. See you, Taurus.